Winter was dragging on in the big city. It seemed the snow would never melt. Fortunately, George and the man with the yellow hat were heading out on a tropical vacation. The bags were packed, the tickets were in place. Yes, the man with the yellow hat had taken care of everything. Except setting the alarm.
George, we overslept! Where's the other? Hold. We made it. Hawaii, here we come. Oh, here, George. This'll make it easier.
Well, hello, little fella.
And then George saw it. His first airplane.
A free gift for you. Thanks for flying Kona carriers.
He liked this airport already.
Wow, George, I can't believe our luck. No line. What are the chances of that?
Pretty good, since all the planes are grounded.
I'm sorry?
Haven't you heard the weather forecast?
Oh, no, the alarm didn't go off, and then I had to pack my monkey.
What a cute little monkey.
Bad news. Our plane's delayed. Big storm in Chicago. Well, they're not sure. The snow might let up a bit, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sorry.
Waiting was fine by George. After all, he had a brand new toy plane to keep him busy. Only his toy plane was gone. He'd left it right here on a red suitcase.
Let's find a place to sit. It's gonna be a while.
George didn't want to bother the man with the yellow hat about his lost toy. He had the real plane to worry about. But George couldn't stop thinking about it. Where could his toy plane have gone?
How about I see if I can find a coloring book for you? Okay, I'll be right back. Stay put.
And then it hit him. If he found that red suitcase, he'd probably find his toy plane, too.
Pardon me.
One important rule of travel: if you jump on a moving sidewalk, make sure it's going the same way you want to go. But no matter how fast George went, that suitcase went faster.
Would the parent or guardian of a little lost monkey please report to the information desk?
Oh, I can't thank you enough.
Not a problem.
How about we check on our flight again?
Oh dear, it says here your plane might be canceled altogether.
Oh.
It was just like a real carousel, only longer and greasier. And instead of ponies, it had suitcases. Not just any suitcases. The red suitcase. It was a mover maze, but not for people. Luggage got to have all the fun.
Good news. They think it's clearing up. Late planes are taking off in 15... George? George?
Would the parent or guardian of a little lost monkey please report to the information desk? Again.
Hope he wasn't any trouble.
Not a bit.
Oh, we've got a plane. Takeoff is in 10 minutes.
Finally, Hawaii. If only he'd found his toy plane. Just when George was sure he'd seen all the moving things, there was another one. It was too small for people, but perfect for George. Maybe it was a monkey mover.
Oh, no, you don't. Oh, that? Oh, they use it to find things.
Maybe George could borrow it to look for his plane.
All set. Let's find our gate and... George!
George, fancy seeing you here.
Would the parent or...
Okay.
So long, George. Have a nice trip. Have a nice flight, George.
Oh!
Now, George, I'm just going to confirm our seat assignments. Whatever you do, don't go anywhere. I mean it.
Hey there. What are you doing here? You should be at the animal loading area.
Do you have any bananas on this flight?
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. How did you get out of your crate? Where is your crate? Hey, you don't belong here. You got yourself a seat. Now, we gotta get you to your plane. Quick, you can ride in the tug.
George! George!
This is the final boarding call for Kona Carriers Flight 5230 to Hawaii.
Have you seen George? But I can't get on! I've lost my monkey!
Now, do you mean George?
Enjoy your flight, George. Thanks, Captain.
Oh, there you are, you little Dickens. I was hoping I'd see you again. Remember me from the line? You left this on my bag.
That airport was a fun place. It was like a vacation before vacation. In fact, the airport was better than vacation. For George, the quiet beach didn't compare to the buzzing, flashing, beeping airport. But then again, when you're curious, fun has a way of just showing up. Just as the early bird catches the worm, so does the early monkey catch the fish.
Bye-bye.
All fishermen have tales of their adventures, but George was going to take pictures.
Oh, you look like a regular first mate, George. Got your camera? Today starts my annual inventory of every living thing in Lake Quantasink Lake. And you're official photographer. I find them, you take their picture. George, a 10-inch rainbow trout. Get a picture and I'll turn her loose. We always let him go back home. Oh, boy. Oh, it's a big one. Get that camera ready. Oh, boy. Well, this we don't throw back. But if we find the rest of the orchestra, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Well, we did a good day's work, George. You never know what'll wash down here after a big rain. Oh! Well, we'll get that tomorrow. Oh, what have you got there? An American eel. I've never seen one here before. You've got to get his picture. That is rare. He must have wandered in while heading downriver on his way to the ocean. You can get his picture tomorrow, and then we'll make sure he gets where he needs to go.
The next morning, George headed out early, determined to catch a picture of that rare eel.
Oh, sorry, George. A whale's lost her way down where the river meets the sea, and I'm going to help. Well, we'll look for that eel tomorrow.
Hey, George. Did Mr. Quint say you guys saw an eel? In this lake? Eels never come to this lake. I'm gonna catch it and take it home. You wanted to be the one to catch it, huh? Okay, it's a contest. I'll go get my equipment.
George couldn't let Bill catch that poor lost eel and take it home. He had to catch it first. With Mr. Quint and all of his equipment gone, George had to find his own fishing pole, fast. This fishing pole was too slippery. This was easy to hold. And string wouldn't slip off. But it had other problems. This fishing pole worked just fine.
What kind of bait are you using, George? Huh? I've been using worms, but I think salmon eggs are better bait.
George thought he'd probably need better bait, too. Well, first he'd need bait. George had been eating a carrot when he saw the eel. Maybe eels like carrots, too. Or other favorite monkey foods. Unless George could figure out what an eel ate, Bill was going to take it home for sure. If he moved fast, George could get that eel's picture.
Wow, it's heavy! I won! I get to take the eel home! Aw, it's just an old bicycle tire inner tube. Now I'll have to replace this hook. I'll be right back. You're not gonna have time to beat me!
Here was George's chance to get the eel first, so Bill couldn't take it home. The eel was out of reach, and George was out of breath. This looked bad. Soon, Bill would be back with his new hook. A hook was just what George needed. Now, if only he could get the water to sit still.
George, you got one! Wow, it looks like a big one. Don't worry, I'll help you.
George didn't want Bill to get the eel, but he didn't want the eel to remain trapped either.
George, this is what happens when you don't use the proper fishing gear. Oh! It's just an old cage. Hey! The eel's in that cage! And you're the one who hooked him! Okay, you won. But George, we have to help that eel get back to its home where it belongs. Well, that's why I wanted to catch it. To take it home, to the ocean. Being a city kid, you don't know this, but eels travel from fresh water to the ocean to spawn. Bon voyage, Mr. Eel! That's the proper way to say goodbye to someone headed out on the ocean.
All the fishermen came back with tales that day. Mr. Quint's tale of how he freed a whale, and George's tale of how he and Bill freed that eel.